Hello YouTube, and welcome to update 4, so I'm told. So, I believe since we last left off, there was a tub, but not much more. Behold! It's sort of coming along here. I mean, besides all the obvious sort of mistakes here and there with the tile, which we won't mention, we'll learn to love them. I believe last time we were here, the floor also wasn't done. Behold my beautiful floor, and the tile with the X, and all the little plastic pluses, or X's as my son calls them. There's wonderful heated floors under here, but none of the electrical is actually wired in, so they're just tiles. Yep. This is my bathroom. There's the controller. Yep. Those lights are still going to go one day, but they still provide generous amounts of light while I'm working in here. I could actually put the tub spout on right now, but I'm going to have to grout, I'm going to put more tiles up, mud's going to fall on it, it's going to ruin the beautiful nickel finish. So we'll hold off on that for a little bit. So this is the, fancy tile. This stuff's expensive. It's like 10 or 12 bucks per sheet there. If you guys have never seen this stuff before. So it's called mosaic because it's mosaic. It's very fancy. But all they do is they glue it onto this mesh so it all kind of sticks together. And this is actually kind of a lot of mosaic tile. You'd only ever put a piece like this big down if you were doing like a kitchen backsplash. You're going to do the whole thing like this. But what I'm actually going to end up doing, I have one over here to show you, is you take it and you just take a utility knife, you turn it upside down, and you cut through that mesh and you get like a half-size piece. So then what you'll do is, I think I'm actually going to go one higher than what I have here, so it's actually going to be, a full tile width. It's going to be like up there. But all you do is the same as the tile. You just lay it up there, you take a spacer and you put it up there so you get your grout in the right spot or whatever. Yep, and you glue it up there just like you would any of the other tile. Cutting it's exactly the same too. I got a diamond saw blade on a circular saw. All you'd have to do, if say I wanted it to match up to this edge, is you just have to move it until the furthest point is matched up, draw a line, and just cut it all the way down with your wet saw or circular saw and garden hose if you're not financially inclined. Yep, you just go all the way around. No matter how you cut this, the people who make this stuff are very smart with their measurements. It will always mesh and interlock with another piece as long as you cut it in a logical number. So you could cut it in half and get 2 pieces, or you could cut it in thirds like I did in my last house and get 3 pieces. So they have it all figured out where, as long as you cut it in a half or a third, or just probably even a quarter or whatever, it'll always mesh into itself like that. That stuff's cool, adds fancy. I'm just going to take it and go, from edge all the way around. Some people do, weird stuff with it, but kind of with that stuff, simpler is better. Because, design, if you ever look at pictures of design online, it's always, you just do a single thing to stand out, and if you keep it simple, it usually ends up looking a lot better than, doing like the entire kitchen backsplash with that, which sometimes just gets kind of gaudy. Yep, so it's on its way. Concrete's up. I just cut my special tile to fit the drain. My daughter decided to actually take a bite out of my sponge. Nice eating everything. Yep, got my hole cut for the drain. Some people like to take, like I do have an angle grinder, and I could have angle ground all that out of there, but that would have taken forever and would have destroyed my blade. I actually have a really nice, it's like a diamond drill bit that I put on my corded drill. And I just drill holes through here, throughout with the water from the hose running, and it gets through it pretty well. But that's mounted and ready to go. The reason it's so big is so you can get in here if you ever have to look at it or do anything. And then the actual face plate is like, that big around thing that you turn the water handle on, so you'll never see that unless somebody takes it off. But it's coming. I only got one more hole to cut for that thing up there. I could technically already, and have already, used this bathtub, not to actually bathe, but just to test it out. But the water comes out the spigot, turns on if you turn it with a wrench, so we're somewhat in service. I think about putting the toilet in every once in a while here, but then I'd have to take it out again to paint behind it, and I haven't grouted the floor yet, so I can't actually do that until I do that, but it's on its way. Thanks for joining us on our bathroom adventure. See you next time. Well, it could be. He's already got H-I-J. You guys are silly. Alright.
No.
You're silly, I
This is the screwdriver.
That is.
No,
No, Adeline.
You make ours. But it's cute.
Very good.
He's under there.
I'm just using up what's left in my bucket.
I can't say I got. Oh,
This is
we
probably.
Pee.
You got Aki? Don't touch the walls, buddy.
Too late.
Too late. I'm just gonna use ruler.
Aww.
We'll wash your hands.
I need that towel. Lord.
And then don't touch the water. I don't know where I tried to put some of my tools in this water.
Towel, Lord.
Good job.
Aw.
We'll wash your hands, okay?
Yeah, we'll get it all off, buddy. Don't worry.
Not do the same.
You have to go in the sink.
Alright, let's place you.
It all over. Wash away.